Good morning. We waited an hour for some fog to burn off. So, just after 10 o'clock in the morning, heading out. Watched the PBS special last night. Was that Ken Burns? So, I went out to check the charger, I think, just after 10 o'clock. And it's put some more amps out than the one I have at home. And these are the first car chargers I think I've ever seen 5 years ago. We came through here with a Cadillac. Oops, time to switch water bottles. So, we're headed for an Electrify America. Sorry, I kind of bitched at them pretty good yesterday, but the first time I go to use it. And it's down for the count. So when I went to the car, I reset the timer for how fast it was charging because it was going quicker than the one at home. And it was already up to 71%. And I actually set the timer for the car to cool off, and I'll do that again. There was nobody at the Tesla spot, nobody at either one of the other level 2s. So I could have passed you. Now you take up the whole road. What the hell? And they're coming back over. So I grabbed my camera bag and the tripod and went back inside, and you can see so many stars off the backside because there's no lights, and out in the middle of nowhere. So set everything up, put it on bulb, hit the shutter release, the remote shutter release, and I think I went F16. I don't think I've done Star Trail photos since I've been here, and I don't remember them coming out too hot. And this one, I think I had it panned down a little too much. I should have aimed higher. So, I think 30-some minutes in or whatever, I opened up the curtain and everything, and I could see the timer on the lit screen on the back of the Canon camera. And I dozed off. I woke up and it was 50-some minutes, so I went out there and said, oh crap, I can turn TV off. I'm gonna go sleep good. And of course, when you turn the TV off and get everything ready for bed, you sit there awake for a while. So just one photo last night. I left everything in the room to do another photo or whatever. Had a lot of little tiny bug carcass marks on the windshield. So I got my sunglasses around my neck ready to be put on. It's supposed to be in the 80s today, and I'll ask when I get back if I can extend for another night. I mean, I miss my little Nemo more than life itself, but I've made the trip and everything, so it would be $101 plus tax for one more night. And it's going to be cooler. Oh, I got to check the battery temp too. It's going to be cooler. Oh, we're right at mid-range on the little sideways leaf battery thermometer, so it's doing good. For where I was, but yeah, one star shot, and you can see the bushes and trees behind the lodge real well lit up. Well, that looks like the campground's here. Huh. Yeah. If they got a place to park here, I might take the trike down here and ride around, because the circuit I did last night was real short. I don't want to get into something where I can't climb back up a hill or struggle or use the smaller chain ring in front. I usually stay on the mid-chain ring to do everything at my age, so. Alright, I'm going to cut you guys off and save it. Hopefully we get at least one tunnel or something. I haven't seen a tunnel. I asked somebody else that traveled down here. So see you in a bit.
Turn left onto the I-77 South ramp. In a quarter mile, merge onto I-77 South.
So on the way in on these back roads yesterday, I must have been a local tailgating me, you know. They do. So it was kind of a pain in the ass out in the middle of the country with somebody wanting to go too fast. Well, today behind me is a truck and a camper. You do like 40 in the 55 zone, and then you turn off to take another road for like 4 miles, which is 40 miles an hour. And I'm taking my time, and he's keeping up, so that's how relaxed I wanted to drive. Well, this was a neck twister trying to look back. See what was coming. We took her out of eco mode. So we're not going to need a charge in Virginia. I should have short charged so I could, you know, try the Electrify America if you're lucky. I got 235 mile range, 94% battery. I think it was at 91% when I went out and I waited for the fog or whatever, and I turned the timer off and plugged back in, and I should have just left it. And then I wrapped up the cables for both J1772s and the Tesla. You want to make the loops as big as possible, but keep them off the ground. And then, you know, in the winter time, you will probably want to keep them just above the snow line, but that might get to a part, you know, if there's deep snow, you're not going to be able to do that. But you do not want to make tiny loops with big cables. You don't want to do that with extension cords. You don't want to wrap them around your arm. You stretch your arm's length and make big loops. Very intelligent man, older than me, taught me that when I was a young teenager, when I was wrapping a cord around my arm. He says, you're damaging things. Don't do that. There's no reason to. If you want it to last longer, take care of it. And he's still in the business. So. Well, gonna cut you off. Oh, rest area. I'll see you in a bit. miss 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. Things were so much saner, relaxing. You could see scenery, stress-free. And the person who went the furthest was the one with the endurance, not the most speeding tickets. Well, it's strange. The fog behind the lodge kind of just hung there, and I haven't run into any fog. You can just see like a lingering amount over the hill there. So that was no guide. I should have just left one night, but I didn't know. I didn't want to get caught up in something where I couldn't see. Thank God for the trailer behind me. I thought that was kind of neat, coming out nice and slow all the way from the lodge on a 2-lane road without a hurry. We did the stop at Dollar General and bought liquid soap. A cute little bar of soap. They used to give you a bigger one for the bathtub and a smaller one for the sink. The smallest thing. And so much water is going down the drain while you're trying to work it into the washcloth. So the shampoo seemed fine. Seems like they had some kind of natural things down here before that you could buy at the gift shop if you liked them. But I think it was this place. Could be wrong. So they said the dining room's a la carte. I think they had a buffet 5 years ago. So COVID, I think, changed a lot of things. So, and if my sandwiches survive, we're past this guy. And then we leave tomorrow. We don't have to go to the dining room. But if we spend another night, there's 2 plastic ice packs from Walmart. I don't think they're going to hang in there. I could take the Ziploc bags I have down and hit the ice machine. The one on our floor is all it's out of order, and the carpet's all soggy. So maybe Ziploc. I think I got 3 of those bags when I get back, and try to save my all these ingredient sandwiches. So it's just Swiss cheese, prepackaged, rotisserie chicken, head lettuce, and then I used it's some kind of brand horseradish and jalapeno mustard. I bought it. It's Cook's Corner on Route 14 on the west side of Columbiana. Guys on until we cross over to Virginia. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Maybe not. That's 3 miles. That's what we're waiting for. So yeah, I guess you come out and you go to Virginia, if I remember right. I remember 3 tunnels, and some of the landscape that I passed up doesn't look familiar. So maybe they bypassed 2 tunnels, or one's in Virginia. It's always the most exciting thing when I was a kid, and even on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, they had ones that were on, mixed lanes until they doubled the tunnels, and now they're closing those too. I imagine the maintenance and I proposed to the wife in the northernmost, which was the longest tunnel here in West Virginia, and that's the first one they closed down. So I guess their lights come on automatically. And we'll slow down to the old 55. So the alternative to this trip was to go to Delaware and cross over somewhere down there and finally go to that Chesapeake Bay Tunnel. I don't know what scares me more, the tunnel or the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Huh, only got lights on one side. They're just not lit, maybe on this side. There they are.
Welcome to Virginia.
Ah, well that's pretty cool. Holy crap. Now that's weird, because we're like freaking underground. And I have trouble getting this. That's funny. Does it really happen in the middle of the tunnel? That's pretty freaking awesome. I like that. Oh, this was sweet. Yeah, this reminds me of in the military. So this is so familiar. Because I remember taking up, the old film camera and taking pictures, definitely not the sign they had back, 40 years ago. But I think I took pictures of every sign going down to Myrtle Beach, my first duty station. Welcome to Virginia. It's kind of bland, huh? Speed checked by radar and other devices. Oh, and the radar detectors were illegal here, so you'd stick your hat on top of your humongous radar detector, and I forget what brand I had. Escort was like the smaller, expensive one. I think I had the huge Fuzzbuster. And it put out so many signals it actually slowed me down and kept me from all the reckless speeding I did prior to that. So welcome to Virginia. I'm guessing it's around 65.7 miles to North Carolina. Maybe a little less. So that's the other thing. If you ever want to check your odometer, speedometer, you're not on a windy road like this, you use those signs. Your speedometer is what your car's doing at the moment. Your GPS speed is what your car's already done. And then radar is also instantaneous. It's like a Doppler thing. So I actually have a K-band police radar at home. So. Wow, isn't that beautiful up on the hill to the right? Wow. I think the trailer's behind me. He must have had a heck of a pedal push to get out from that construction site coming on to 77. Wow, this is so beautiful here. Oh my gosh. This is gorgeous. This is just plain gorgeous. And I think even more, when you don't have the haze. Alright guys, thanks for coming along for the ride, and I'll see you in a bit.